What's up, frogs and friends? Welcome back to another episode of Marketflow, powered by Thor, presented by Mode. The markets are starting to look like they're turning back up in our favor, but I'm not full bull yet. We're gonna take a look, see what Thor's got calling for us, the actions that we're gonna take when the signs play out for us, what signals we're looking for. We're also going to take a big overview, broad overview of the market and see where we're at and what we may have to come. Uh, First look at the contract. Things are turned up again. We're already back up close to a 50% user P&L. 2.6 mil locked in the contract. You can see Thor has been buying all the way down because you sold up here above 200 and you've been buying back down here at 130 and 140, right? Well, if you weren't, maybe you should consider having your money in Auto Thor like the other users that have put, like I said, TVL of 2.6 mil, and our users right now are experiencing 47% gains on that. But let's go ahead. We're going to dive in. We're going to take a big overview of the market before we take a look at Thor and some of the calls we've got. So here's a little chart that I kind of set up with some blocks on Bitcoin, and I'm about to explain. So what I did was block off where the RSI really started to top out. And you can see when the RSI started to top out, shortly after is where we had our big leg up into the top. Coming across after this bear market, we come back and we have a block in this, we have a price action block here testing the all-time highs again. The RSI starts to top out. We explode through the rest of the run of the bull, right? Last bull run, price breaks down, came back down below the long-term EMA. Once we broke up and found support again, you can, I don't know, I wouldn't say ignore this, but be aware that this spike and this dip is COVID. It was kind of a black swan event. So once we broke up, we came back, we got into this block where we were testing price again, testing the all-time highs. RSI started to top out again. We exploded through the rest of the leg of the bull. You know, first time here was, wow, that was a big one. 15x. Next leg, last time we had after that explosion about a 2.5x. And so if we consider a 2.5x, you know, something similar again now, that's going to put us up somewhere nearing around a 230K, 240K Bitcoin at 250%. So you can see how we are in this price block, testing all-time highs with the RSI starting to peak out again. If we look back in history, what has happened each time we have gotten inside this block testing all-time highs and RSI started to peak out, right? So history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes, and we're looking pretty bullish to head toward $250,000 Bitcoin. You know, maybe even 225, maybe all the way up to that quarter mil. So things are looking bullish for Bitcoin. Zoom out, take a look, right? Where was ever a bad time to buy Bitcoin? When was it ever a bad time to buy Bitcoin, right? This is conviction. This is the asset we're looking at. Sometimes you just need to zoom out and see the charts for what's really going on and know what we've really got to come ahead. We're going to fill that soon. We're going to fill this soon, right? I'm excited for it. So after zooming out, we're going to go ahead, we're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in. We're going to take a look at what Thor's calling for. So that was a weekly chart. I'm going to break it back down into the 4 hour, and we're going to see exactly where we're at for Bitcoin, what Thor's calling, and go from there. So you remember last week we had dropped down, we had filled this Thor long call. We'll zoom in just a little bit more. We had filled the Thor long call, and then there was actually a Thor short filled on the retest and now pumped up. The fact that Bitcoin, the RSI is broke above neutral. The RSI is broken our downtrend. Price action of Bitcoin is broken back up above the short-term EMA and found support on it. It's broken back up above the long-term EMA, looks to be finding support on it. We're testing the major downtrend right now. If we can get the break and the retest of this downtrend, I'm going from thinking we are going to play out this bearish pattern and give us entries of potentially 52,000. If we break here, we break now, and we get this retest, I'm actually flipping the script and I'm going bullish. But I needed to see us find support on the RSI, find support on these long-term and short-term EMA. If we get the support, we're going to get this bullish cross of the EMAs again. What happened the last time? We got a short temporary bearish cross and then bullish, right? Here's your bearish cross of the EMAs, about to go bullish if we get support. What happened the last time that happened? That was right back here. We went bearish, we went under, we had the bearish cross. After the bullish cross and finding support, Bitcoin legged up from that support to make a new all-time high with a 70% pump. Am I saying we're going to see a 70% pump again? No. What I'm saying is, once again, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. And if we see us get this bullish cross, find support again, we're probably looking for another leg up. But again, we want to see the break. We want to see the retest in order to be bullish. I'm not bullish just yet, right? Because we still have this resistance. We still have this resistance. We still have to find support on the EMAs and not use them as a resistance. Okay, what is Thor telling us? Where's Thor at? We have a very narrow entry point here, 38,000. And it's saying if we get this entry point here, or I'm sorry, 68,000. 638. 63,800. If we get this entry point of 63,800, look for us to make a retest at 65, and then we could still, that would form, if this is resistance at this take profit, that would form the lower high, forming a lower high, indicating that potential lower low, filling out this long Thor here at 59,000 entry point with a take profit of 65. Or as I said, we've always got this 56, this 52,000 in play. And if things really get nasty for a minute, our ultimate entry for this bull run would be 46,000. It's possible, but I don't see 46 as being probable at this point. Coming down here to these Thor entries could potentially be the best entry that you're going to get for the rest of this bull market. Not ultra bull just yet. Is this a market maker game and a tease? Are they just tickling us, or are we about to send? If we go look at Solana, let's go look at Solana. We have a lot of the same thing going on with Sol, right? You see, Sol was kind of right here in the middle of our wedge, our uptrend and our downtrend. We are refilling this zone that we knew we needed to retest. If you've been watching my streams, we've been talking about this zone. We fell right through it. We're now taking our time to actually fill it out, which is bullish. Fill this zone out, then find support on it. That's our bullish pattern, right? If we were to find support here, continue back on our long-term EMA, find support on that zone, pump up to the Thor short with an entry just above last highs, right? Basically retesting last highs, then coming back down to support again, right? That's our bullish scenario. Our bearish scenario, we don't hold support on the RSI. We can't find support on the short-term EMA. We do find the resistance right here at the long-term EMA. And we break down. We have a Thor call here at 143 with a retest and take profit of 149. Again, that would equal the lower high, indicating the potential lower low, and looking at an entry zone of retesting down at nearly $100, $105 entry zone. And if we find support there, we're going to come up and probably find resistance at what was our previous resistance and top before, at near 125, 128. So that's our bearish scenario. Our bearish scenario is we hit resistance right here. We fill out this Thor long. We find resistance at 150, and we continue to break down. Bullish scenario, once again, we break out, we find the support, we refill this zone, find support on it, and we pump up to this 216. Grabbing a measurement tool, you can see we're nearly in the middle of this price wedge. But from where price is right now, we've got just over a 30%, near 35% pump up to this short. And we've got just over 30% into entry in this long. So again, you can see why I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish, I'm not calling up, I'm not calling down, and neither is Thor. But we have our, if we break up, then we know how we're going to react. If we break and get the retest, we know our play. If we break down, we find resistance, we break down, then we know our play. That is the game that Thor plays and teaches us, the if and then. So let's say you do want to take this Thor call right here with an entry of $100, right? How will we do this? If we go to CyberFrogs, if we go into Thor manual trading, right? We're going to log into the Thor manual trading, and we're going to go find that call. Log in. Select my asset, Solana. I'm going to go to 4 hour, and I'm going to find that call with that entry. We can see it printed here. Here's the entry of average of 106. There's our entry. So we know our entry, we know our TP, but how do we really take this call as a trader? And the other part of trading, Thor will put you on the right side of probability by telling you when to enter and exit, and it's generally about 70% accurate. That puts you on the right side of probability. The other part of being a profitable trader is managing your risk, and that's where this risk management tool comes in. So we're going to click risk management right here on this call, risk management. You're going to put in USD the amount you are willing to risk. So how much are you willing to risk on this individual trade? Let's just say $20 for an easy number. Calculate. I'm going to look to the median of Thor. And I know I'm going to buy 1.2 SOL at $105.69. And I'm going to sell that 1.2 SOL at $127.97 at take profit 1. Or I'm going to cut my losses at $88.98, and that will ensure I don't lose any more than $20. Now, this is how you set a stop loss and manage your risk for trading. Now, not financial advice, do your own research. I think we're in a bull market. If you were to get an entry of $100, I'm not sure you want to be selling at $80 or 88, whatever the stop loss was, if we are still looking to be in a bull market and going up. That could potentially be the best entries you are going to see for the entire bull run. Going back and looking, we have levels down here. Our 60% down and our long-term support would put us down here at $85. So again, if you're managing account for USD, you want to always be managing your risk, but Thor is designed to be a spot trading account. So look at the bigger picture. That's why we started with the bigger time frame picture of the bull market view before we started this stream. So there's our bullish and bearish scenarios for Solana. Kira, what's been going on? We know frogs fuck. Kira has been holding up. We've been making higher highs, higher lows. That's bull run price action, right? Uptrends, higher highs, higher lows. We've broken the downtrend that we were in. We look to be finding support on the uptrend again. Kira is looking bullish. What is super bullish about Kira more than the charts even? You don't need to look at charts to be bullish on Kira. All you need to do is do the math. Look at the market cap total supply and look at the fully diluted market cap. Do the math between the max token supply that's already released and in the wild and the market cap. Do the math. You'll probably be bullish on Kira too. Kira is the lifeblood token that is going to interlink CyberFrog's NFT platform and community. It's going to link TAP, FinTech, the AI financial hedge fund operator on blockchain. This is going to be the lifeblood of it. This is why we're bullish. Okay, we got to talk about Bonk because we've talked about Bonk for a long time. I believe we got Bonk just for holding frogs. Like, who doesn't love Bonk? It's the fucking dog of soul, right? All right, what do we have for Bonk? Last time we got down to this accumulation phase, man, when we broke out of it, we really ripped up. Since then, we established our zone down here where we needed to revisit price action, right? We blew right through it. That zone also just happened to also coincidentally, there's no such thing as coincidences, be down at 60%, right? So that's where we were looking to load up and start buying bulk again, was in this 60% zone. We did lose it a little bit, slipped down a little bit further even, all the way down here to about 75%, but ultimately finding support right on top of the last accumulation zone. Again, guys, if you see a token that comes down 60 to 80% and still has a bullish community and narrative, look for a good rebound, right? So from the bottom here, Bonk has already come up over 100%. Well done. From our accumulation zone, from this accumulation zone that we had called all the way back here, and then after we got the high, so just from our accumulation zone here that you could have had all these buys set, all these wicks, plenty of time to capture. We've broke out from it. We found support on it. We've moved up 40% plus. So great trade on that, guys. And we're still looking to hit our more long run targets once we break out. So from our support and entry zone, 60% down, we're looking at a 240% move up to our take profits, right? Let's bonk. Chunky. Man, Andy, you fucked me up on Twitter Spaces last week, bro. I felt like I had too much chunky in my portfolio. I was thinking about re-diversifying it because I didn't want to be holding so much. And then we had the founder, or maybe not the founder, I believe it was the founder of Chalky, come on and talk with us, drop some alpha, and now I'm even more bullish, right? And we've been playing Chonky very well. We wanted to buy Chonky back in this zone, and we did when it broke. We took some profits when we got the break and the retest. We said our ultimate buybacks were here and here. We got this buy. Awesome. Once we got the break and set our fib again, we knew our gold zone. We got our gold zone, and we hit our take profit point up here at 170%. Perfect. Now, where are we at since? Since then, we have come back down. We had this gold zone that we wanted to hit to get our 60% to start laddering back in, right? We've actually, same thing as Bonk, come back down and found support on top of our last accumulation zone. Almost 80% down. Strong narrative, strong community, 80% down. You guys are probably starting to catch on. All I'm going to say is frogs fuck, Thor Prince. We give you the tools to manage your risk, to take the profits, a whole list of assets for you to choose from. This isn't just Solana. This is whatever you're bullish on, whatever your time frame you want to trade. What type of trader are you? Are you a day trader looking at 15-minute charts? Are you a guy that just wants to make swings every couple months to make money looking at the daily charts? It doesn't matter. Thor will teach you how to do it. It will teach you how to manage your risk. Again, frogs fuck, Thor Prince.